All right, what's going on, everybody? We are back for another episode of the House Podcast. Again, I'm your host, Josh Handler, one of the founders of the Handler Zimmerman team over at Exit Realty. And what do I got to say about this market? It's fucking nuts, straightforward. It's absolutely insane. And what does that mean? If you have a house that you need to sell, pick up your phone and call me, 516-732-6398. Again, any questions or concerns, give me a call. Let's do some business.
This your pitch? This market's fucking nuts.
Yeah, I mean, what else do you got to say about it? I mean,
I guess nothing else.
That really wraps it up in a nutshell. And any way you think about it.
This market's nuts. Call me. I like
Call
that.
me, period. Yeah. Sell your house.
Yeah, it's a T-shirt right there.
Yeah, put it on a T-shirt. We'll probably make more money selling that than commission.
Exactly.
But all right, guys, if you haven't seen him before, obviously he is known in the real estate world. He says pretty much everything realtors are scared to say or afraid to say or don't know how to say it without coming across on the edgy side or the not allowed to say side. He doesn't give a shit, which is why he is who he is. The broke agent, a.k.a. Eric Sickle. Shout out Dane O'Neill. Eric Simon.
That's right.
The broke agent. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me and for not really butchering the name. I appreciate that.
I figured we gotta put the needle in for a minute at least.
Yeah, it's crazy. I talk to Dan daily, and didn't get my last name right, but that's okay. He suffered the repercussions already.
Yeah, when I was dying laughing, I watched him put that up. I was legit dying.
Yeah.
So real quick, I just want to dive in. Obviously, people know the broke agent, but they never see the face behind the broke agent for the most part unless they follow, your new thing, the Broke News Network, and you guys are, face to face. Were you in real estate or are you still in real estate prior to the broke agent? Like what got you to the broke agent?
Yeah. So I'm still in real estate. I'm with Compass here in Brentwood in West Los Angeles. And I was in real estate before I started the broke agent. That's how I got the content. It'd be pretty crazy if I wasn't. And I was just observing it somehow and knew all of this. I started as a receptionist at a brokerage as like a temporary position and at Hilton and Highland and Beverly Hills. And then I got hired as an assistant and then became a buyer's agent. And that's kind of where the content started, just sitting dead open houses, inspections, and just like taking around buyers that were never buying anything. And it was brutal. So I needed some sort of outlet, and that's how this started.
So you literally just sitting at an open house one day, be like, this shit sucks. There's not a single person walking through the door. I got to do something else with my time.
Kind of. There was a guy I started with named Wes Pinkston that was doing real estate agent websites. So basically he wanted agents to, host their websites and property sites on his platform. And he knew that I was a decent writer and wanted to kind of hire me from like a marketing perspective. So I said, hey, let's do a funny real estate blog because I haven't really seen anything that's kind of covering the funny side of real estate. And he said, yeah, let's do it. And then we said, fuck the first idea. Let's just do it the broke agent, and completely scrapped the entire website pitch and went home right after that. And then got at the broke agent on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and just kind of started posting tweets. Like we didn't even do memes for like the first 6 months. It was just kind of like tweets, like inner monologue style. Right. And then it took off pretty quickly.
So how long have you been doing the broke agent?
6 years.
Okay. So
since I was 24.
Okay. So you've been doing it for quite some time. Yeah. So is the goal for the broke agent to become more of like your full-time stick and really get out of real estate and forget running around with these buyers that don't buy anything? And
100%.
Focus on.
Yes, that is absolutely the goal. Has been the goal since we started. It's taken a little bit longer than I thought, but figuring out how to monetize a funny real estate brand wasn't the easiest thing on earth. But we're getting there now at this point. But yeah, the goal has always been to just create funny real estate content and kind of host like the #1 entertainment real estate platform, promote other agents, put them in front of resources that could help them, and really like guide younger real estate agents almost by mistakes, right? Like showing these are the shitty things that real estate agents do. Here's what not to do. Some like a resource I wish I would have had when I was first starting.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, everybody, these older generation realtors, it's just like, I hope they just retire already because they're all miserable and they all just they can't even like answer a phone. When you put up a meme, I think the other day of when you send like the DocuSign and like they're slamming the computer, that's like what he's dealing with. It's like, so it's like, it literally, I guess where do you guys know what you should say without tipping the scale to the point where it's totally offensive, but right on that border of, I think we can get away with this and we're going to get plenty of attraction on it?
I think I've learned it over the years. There was stuff early on where I was trying to be edgier because all I wanted was likes and comments and shares. And I kind of had to come out of the bat kind of from a more depressing angle almost. So it was like the goal at the beginning was to get last, but obviously like the more followers you get, kind of the more responsibility you have. And then once I realized people were sharing this in real estate groups and everything, the goal was not to make agents look bad. So the line, I've just kind of realized where it is. Sometimes you cross it, sometimes you have to, if it's something that you think is really funny, and kind of, see what the feedback is like. And the feedback on Facebook is always worse than it is on Instagram because the audience is older on Facebook and the offense is always worse on Facebook. So I've posted kind of like drug related humor. Like I posted this one meme of Elmo like doing a line of blow basically, and then like shooting himself in the face, and it was like a real estate roller coaster joke. I hope this is okay for your
all
audience.
Jokes, guys, all jokes.
Yeah, these are all jokes. This was a joke too, and then it was getting shared on Facebook, and people were saying this is like the worst thing for the industry. How could you ever think this is okay? I followed you for 4 years. Like, this is disgusting. Take this down. And I was like, damn, that's not good. I don't like the way that made me feel, or that I don't want people to think that I was trying to make the industry look bad at all. So I don't know the line. Also, politics I try to completely avoid just because that's so polarized, obviously. So
yeah, you're kind of get shit on from one side regardless.
Exactly. So you kind of get to know where the line is by just the more you post, if that makes sense.
Now, are you really focused more, gearing up, trying to build Instagram more than like the Facebook platforms, etc., or are you like doing TikTok and all platforms across the board?
So I'm trying to do all platforms. The Facebook audience is pretty big too, but you can't really interact as much as you can. Like, it's not really fun responding to Facebook comments as it is Instagram comments. And Facebook is also so much more public. You could see when other people are liking your photos. You could see when other people are commenting. That pops up in your newsfeed. Instagram's a way more intimate platform, which I think is better for meme style posts, right? So if you're a real estate agent and you're sharing the broke agent post, sometimes you don't want your clients to see that because your clients are going to think, I'm working with an idiot if this person keeps sharing this type of thing with an at the broke agent watermark on it. So Instagram's a better platform because it's more intimate and not everybody sees everybody commenting on everything, right? But Instagram's also just a great platform for me because you could do stories, which you could do on Facebook too. But it's just more fun with the vertical video and everything. I like it way more than Facebook. It's better for me.
Yeah, I feel like and for I guess the generation that, I try to work with, and probably, the generation that you're really aiming at, most of the time they're all on Instagram over Facebook now. I feel like Instagram is kind of taken over, and Facebook is more like the older crowd.
Yes, agreed. But all these things ageify. So, Instagram's even kind of, adopting the older crowd as well. When I first started in real estate in like 2015, there was courses at like real estate conferences trying to tell people how to even get on Instagram. And now it's kind of TikTok, right? So TikTok's also a really fun platform for this too, but it's a lot harder like acting out these memes than just posting it. And you really have to be in the mood to post a TikTok video. Like, you gotta get like your light on. It's just embarrassing too. I have like a girlfriend in my other room. I don't want her to see her. I don't want her to see me, posting TikTok videos. So,
yeah, literally when I was waiting for you to come on, I was sitting in front of the computer. I was like, should I just fucking make a TikTok? Like, I literally had like the ring light. I put the phone in, and I took like 10 takes to make something stupid just to see if it worked. And I just like, all right, whatever. We posted it, and we'll see what happens when we
log. Good luck. Yeah, it's embarrassing. Filming TikToks is embarrassing. Instagram's just a lot easier because you could just post still images as opposed to really getting in the mood to post a TikTok.
Yeah,
but you could grow like crazy on TikTok.
Yeah, so I just started, I just started doing the whole. I really was never big into the whole social media game, really. But then obviously talking with Dan, and then seeing stuff that like, your buddy Matt puts up, and like this shit is what people, our generation, I feel, which is the people that we mostly deal with, for the most part, that can get the humor. Like, that's who I want to work with, and it kind of gets your name out there a little bit faster than. Nobody cares about under contract, sold, under contract, new listing. How many posts you post? It's boring. You need that engagement where they'll actually want to engage in your content and actually start following you. Well, that is kind of, so I started doing all these different platforms and all these different things, and doing some type of funny videos, or in my eyes trying to make them funny, and most of them are probably, as you would call, cringe, but we try anyway, and we see what happens. But obviously you have a ridiculous following. You have over 250,000 followers, I think I saw the other day on Instagram. All organic, I'm assuming, right?
No, I bought 100,000 of them.
I
Yeah,
figured
no,
you bought
they're
at least 3 or 400,000.
yeah,
So
exactly. No, they're all organic. Buying followers is bad because they don't engage with your content. So yeah,
right.
all organic, and took a lot of work liking photos, commenting on photos,
Okay, so
doing
that's
a lot of follow unfollow shit at the beginning.
right. So that's one of the questions I wanted to hit.
Yeah.
So when you first started, obviously you had zero, just like everybody else.
Hmm.
What? How'd you get to the first 10,000, and how long did it really take you, if you even remember, how long it took you to get to those 10,000 organic followers?
I don't remember exactly how long. I think it was 3 or 4 months probably. But we got it doing stuff like this, like going on any podcast possible. We spoke at the Inman conferences, and that was a really big boost. But as far as like an engagement perspective, we were liking photos every single day for hours.
You were going to
It
liking
was
tree and just down the line, all the way down the line.
literally just hashtag realtor humor, hashtag luxury real estate, hashtag anything real estate. And this is back before Instagram would, ban you and kill you if you did something like this. So I would just like literally hundreds of photos, in seconds basically. And then they would see the broke agent name, which was an intriguing name for people because no one has seen that, because every single account before this was all about being a luxury agent or top producer. So it's just kind of like the exact opposite of everything that existed. So that really helped. I commented on a bunch of accounts. So any popular real estate account, whether it's Inman News, Tom Ferry, there weren't too many of them back then. So $1 million listing guys like Ryan Serhant, name one other.
Can pretty much bring you action.
Anybody you can bring you action. Exactly. So I was commenting on a bunch of photos, liking a bunch of photos. I was in engagement groups. And then also I got reposted by bigger accounts. So I think Ryan Serhant posted me early on, Tom Ferry. So there's a lot of validation with that. And then I was always sharing my photos in real estate Facebook groups. So all the time spent was all community engagement, like every single day for hours. I was literally posting a photo, and then I would take that photo and I would share it in real estate Facebook groups. I would DM it to people, just anything to get the name out there basically. So there's a lot of legwork at the beginning.
So a lot of people don't realize how much time and work really goes into the behind the scenes. Yeah, you make one post, but what you had to do to get that post really out there.
Yes, exactly. I am a very hard worker with liking photos and commenting on things. Yeah,
your day to day
is a grind.
Yeah, your daily schedule must be crazy.
It's insane. It's riveting. Exactly. That's why we're talking right now at 11:30 in the middle of a Tuesday.
Now, the Commission Impossible book, was that,
Yeah.
that was your idea, that you just decided, let me put this shit together? And
Yeah, so there's a guy named Eric Lee, still alive. His name is Eric Lee. He's in Canada, and he draws hilarious real estate cartoons. So he had this funny character named Herbert, and he kind of just messaged me and was just like, we should do some sort of collab. So we did a couple images, like some comics on the Instagram, and they did really well. And I was like, dude, let's do an entire book. Let's do a coffee table book with this. And it's kind of like the story of the BA, Ben Ackerman, who's kind of loosely based off of myself, and it's his journey in residential real estate. He joins a boutique brokerage in LA, deals with all the douchebag agents. And it's just a fun little comic book that we came out with a couple years ago. And
do you think that helped?
I get to say I'm an author now.
Yeah,
which was the main reason behind.
You put that number one, like everybody's a top producer.
Exactly. Well, this was the bestseller in real estate animation cartoons. It's also the only existing book in that category. But
anyway, it's number one.
Yeah, exactly. We're number one.
Do you think that book helped? Did you gain, once you put that out there? Did you see your following go up like tremendously?
Not really from the book. The book, obviously one of the goals is to make money with the book, which happened a little, but you don't make a ton of money selling real estate comic books. Unfortunately, that was, shock to me.
So it's not a souvenir special.
No, it's not. But it's really just good for the brand. It's just more content. It's just, where else can we be? Can we be video, Twitter, Facebook, podcasting, books? So it's just like another staple of the broke agent brand. And it kind of showed like versatility of it, and showed, more creative thinking. Like, we could develop these actual characters. This could be a weekly cartoon possibly down the road, animation series. So it's just kind of like another iteration of the brand.
Right. So obviously just the brand recognition, trying to get your name out in as many platforms as possible, from social media to books.
Exactly. And to get verified on Instagram, of course. If you have more clicks, or if you have more, articles and stuff written about you, you can get verified on Instagram. So that was actually the main reason.
That's how they give you that blue check mark of gold?
Yes, the gold. One
day.
So
are you close to getting the blue check mark?
Who knows? Probably not.
Do they reach out, or they just, one day you'll just wake up and it's there?
Yeah, that's the dream. But they don't do it for meme accounts. So
we have no chance.
I don't like to say that the broke agent's just a meme account, because obviously show myself and do videos and stuff like that also. But they do it for like personas and brands.
Okay.
which the broke agent is a brand. So down the road,
So down the road, that's
maybe I'll write another book.
2 best-selling books and you're in. I mean, Ryan Turner has 2 sellers and you could definitely be in there also.
100%. Exactly.
So obviously 2021, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to bring you on, because you always post every single person and their mother is a top producer somehow. Every
Yes.
single person, they're in their bio, top producer here, top producer there. Every single realtor is a top producer. They got their license yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So, one of the things that I saw was before COVID started, there was 30,000 realtors on Long Island where we do work, me and Dan,
Mm-hmm.
area. There, after COVID hit, obviously, unfortunately, a lot of people lost their job. Not mocking that they lost their job. Obviously, it's upsetting, but every single person and their mother decided the best way out of the situation is to get their real estate license. And they went from 30,000 realtors that were licensed to 45,000 in a matter of like 7 months.
That's crazy.
So it's just crazy how easy it is to get your license, 1.
Yeah.
And 2, how everybody just thought, I lost my job that I probably had this career for X amount of years. I'm just going to fix it by getting my real estate license and see what happens.
Yeah.
What is your take on how easy it is to get your real estate license and all the people that just get their license to say they're a realtor but do absolutely no business?
Well, I'm happy for it because that's more content for me and that's more followers for me. So that 15,000, if I could just get a small percentage of that, that's sales and conversions and everything. So the more the merrier as far as I'm concerned. But obviously the low barrier to entry is a problem, produces nonstop content for us, which is great. But, it definitely gives a bad stigma to real estate agents because there's a lot of incompetent agents, because there's agents that see, they see selling sunset, they see $1 million listing, flip it or flop, and they think, hey, this is easy money. I go show someone 2 homes.
You make $300K and
you make $300K, you call it a day. You go get cocktails with some, Russian mobsters, and you got models all over you and shit. Like, it sounds incredible. So I think the reality TV has definitely got more people in the business, which is a good thing. Got younger people in the business, but has also kind of set the expectations too high, because once you get in, you get your license, you don't know what the hell to do.
Yeah, and that's a big thing. And then you start dealing with these realtors that really have no idea what you're doing, and it makes our job miserable, which then makes you plenty of memes because we all complain, and then it's a win for everybody.
Hey, if everybody was good at their job, I would have no job. So
that's true.
Keep them coming. More licensees, the better for me.
Yeah. So speaking of yourself, what's the 5-year plan, or what's the goal of what you're trying to get the broke agent to over the next 5 years? Like, what's the plan? What's the 5-year plan?
I don't really have a 5-year plan. The plan is just to continue growing the brand, be a staple in the industry as the #1 real estate entertainment platform. Podcasts, networks, eventually a show, a funny real estate, not reality show, but maybe like a mockumentary or kind of like a Curb Your Enthusiasm style real estate show would be great. More merchandise, extend my membership platform with the meme templates and everything, and just maybe even create a kind of broke agent university, not for like real estate coaches, of course, but like, here's what not to do as a real estate agent, because I think there's a huge gap once you get licensed. Like I said before, once you get licensed, you don't know what to do unless you're getting constant training or you're working for a team. And even when you're working for a team, you don't know what to do.
Right.
Like when I had my first showings, I didn't even know to show up like 30 minutes before and turn on the lights and, set the air conditioning or heat or whatever the case may be. Like, I just show up.
Right.
And didn't realize these are the questions they're going to be asked. This is the information I need to know. This is the etiquette you should have with, when they show up with their entire family. This is how to handle an inspection that you don't know what you're talking about, right? There's so many things that I think that we could help bridge the gap for. So when you become a new agent, you go on the broke agent, you laugh, kind of like the Barstool Real Estate or something, and then you start getting actual education. We're putting you in front of resources, whether it's CRMs or whether it's like tax services or it's, listing photographers, whatever the case may be. We have a list of, affiliates and people that we could connect you with, referral groups, everything like that. I know it was a broad answer, but
yeah, but I mean, it makes sense. You're trying to build the one-stop shop for, new agents, so they don't get made fun of, so they don't become a meme.
Yes, exactly. And then also, news, real estate news as well. Just kind of do like, what Inman News is doing, except come at it from like a funny, video perspective.
Is that where like the Broke News Network kind of came about?
Yeah, the Broke News Network's trying to do like funny kind of SNL style skits. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's not. And sometimes it's educational, sometimes it's not. Real estate news is not nearly as exciting as, sports or politics. It's
right.
Basically like, Realogy stock price or something like that, which nobody cares about. So I don't know. We'll see where that goes. But also the goal is to hire more talent. So, we got Matt Leonetti on board, Ben Fisher with the Broke News Network. Dan does a bunch of videos for us. So the goal is to really expand this and have people creating content.
Yeah, at the end of the day, right now, if you're doing it all day long, I'm sure you have a bank of stuff saved to be able to post, because I'm sure you're posting like 1 million times a day or whatever.
Yeah.
But you gotta keep that content going, and you're only going to be able to refresh that content every so often. You can't reuse it for X amount of time.
100%. Yeah. Well, you can a little bit, because when you get more followers, those followers haven't seen the content. So, at the beginning, I was really protective of that. For the first 3 years, I never posted anything more than once. But also, there's different jokes that you could different jokes that you could put on different captions and pictures and stuff like that also. But,
right.
The more real estate you do, the more content you get. But yeah, you're right. I need more people, because, I can only create so much.
Yeah.
So much gold.
There's only so much of that platinum stuff that works.
Right, exactly.
Now, what made you guys get into? I know you guys just started the Over Ask podcast. Watching it, I saw you had Sirhan on the first time. I saw you had some chick on today. I don't even know who it was, but
Caitlin Clemens.
Yeah, Caitlin Clemens.
She's great.
But are you going after people that are really real estate related, or it's just going to be like broad spectrum? It could be anybody in business.
Sorry, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you.
A little staticky. Okay. We're going, 1 second. Sorry about this. We're going after mostly real estate specific people, but anyone that's kind of killing it on social media in the industry also. So you don't have to be a Ryan Serhant to get on the podcast. Obviously, you could just be someone that's creating interesting content, whether it's funny marketing videos, rap videos, whatever. We'll have anybody on that's kind of like a mover or shaker, as cringe as that term is, in the real estate industry. So we had Ryan on. We had Jordan Cohen, #1 Remax agent. We had Caitlin Clemens on. She was on The Bachelor, and now she's a Toronto luxury realtor. And her story is really interesting, because she talks about differentiating like the leads she gets compared to actually guys just trying to slide in her DMs, and how she has like a massive following now from The Bachelor, and how she's actually like turning that into a really good real estate business. So that was really cool to hear.
It's definitely a plus to be able to be on The Bachelor and be a good looking female, and definitely be able to use that to your advantage. Doesn't hurt.
That helps. Yes. Getting on The Bachelor is a very good move for your real estate career. I don't think that was her intention at all, but she's doing good work in Toronto.
No, that's awesome. Now, do you guys ever plan on, for the Broke Agent, trying to bring on people to where, it's like paid advertisement or it's really not looking to do like a paid advertisement type of thing?
Yeah, of course. Oh, well, I don't know if we'll have people on that are paying us just to be on the podcast. Maybe, if that's.
No, I'm saying as like general, as like on the Broke Agent page, like if they say, hey, I want to pay you to promote my page because 250,000 followers and I have 500.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. So I've done that with agent spotlights. So I used to do that every Wednesday, where agents would, request to be on. And if they had funny content, I would post them and do a story and like tell people why they should follow them. So I've done that for agents, and I've also done that for brands. So I've done a lot of brand sponsorships in the past. I try to keep it limited, but I try to do 4 or 5 a year basically, but only brands that I really recommend. I've done one with, Boomtown, QuickBooks, Planomatic, big brands like that.
Oh, cool. So, at the end of the day, for somebody that really wants to, send you memes, I'm guessing people send you memes and DM you memes nonstop. Yeah. So for people that want to, shoot their shot and slide in the Broke Agent's DM, what's the best chances of getting on, their post posted, and how do they do it? Where do they find you? What's the best route?
You could be a hot girl, that would possibly help, but also I'm just kidding. No, just emailing's the best way to go. thebrokeagent@gmail.com or info@thebrokeagent.com, because there are a lot of DMs. But if you do send me funny content, I do try to go through it, and I do flag the people that are consistently sending me funny stuff. So I always try to repost. Also, just tagging me in your story is a really good thing. So every single day I probably get 30, 40 story tags of people having like a showing debacle or lockbox problems or something like that, or their, agent lunches, which isn't funny anymore, but people tag me in their memes and videos and stuff. So I think that's actually the best way, is to tag me in a story, and I'm actually seeing it, as opposed to just DMing me, because then I have to go through a bunch.
Right. All right, cool.
Or emailing.
So I appreciate you taking the time. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you got to get back to getting all those memes ready. So
Yeah, I have a lot of meme
a lot of
cooking to do. Thank you.
you can't be hanging out with me. But again, I appreciate you coming on. Just letting us know a little bit about the broke agent and a little bit of the behind the scenes of what goes on in the day to day of the owner.
Of course. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Again, guys, the market's crazy. As I said, it's nuts. Give me a call if you have any real estate related topics. You have a question about buying a house, selling a house. Give me a call. 516-732-6398. And again, we'll end it with this question. Eric,
Yep.
peanut butter, creamy or crunchy?
Creamy.
You heard it here first, guys. The broke agent likes creamy.
Oh my God.